I'll stop it. You can start.
Okay. Good evening, sir. I'm Okori Sorana Nyongo from the School of IT Software Engineering. So our project is on topic 2, which was to design a simple multiple choice quiz application which asks random questions to students and proposes 4 answers. Then it allows the student to answer the question. We used a time interval of 10 minutes. In that case, we have the first question. For every question, we have 1 minute. When the time elapses, the quiz submits the form and gives the result. So that's what we have to present to you this evening. So I'm going to present to you first our database. My colleague is going to share, my teammate is going to share the screen for the database.
Okay.
Okay, Brian, thank you. So we use XAMPP to assist us to build our database, MySQL. So our database name, we named it user quiz, and we created one table. We thought it wise to create one table that's mainly for the quiz. Under the quiz table, we have other columns that we created because we want to display the question, we want to display 4 different answers, and we want to detect the correct answers from those 4 different answers. So we had as primary key the quiz ID, we had the answer 1, that's the first answer 2, answer 3, answer 4, and the correct answer. And we also had questions. That's where we input the questions into the database. So we did that using this. And okay, so we're going to move now to the insert.html. Brian, please share the screen. Okay, so we have here, we created a form called insert.html to enable us to connect to the database to be able to input questions. So firstly, I'm going to show you the insert.php. Brian, please open insert.php. Okay, so here it is. Relating to the insert.php, I created a connection.php form in which I included in the insert.php form. So I'm going to explain to you the connection form first, coming out to the insert.php form, then we're going to move to the insert.html form. Brian, please kindly open the connection.php form. Okay, thank you. So relating to our database, which is called user_quiz, we wrote this PHP code. So to enable us connect to the database, we have a server name, the local host, we have the username as root, the password is null, there's no password for it, and our database name is user quiz. Taking note that if we give a wrong database name, it's not going to do the task in which we we foresee it to do. So the database must correspond to the exact database we gave it to our database in the exam. Okay, so I have a container called $con. This line of code checks the connection to the database. That's new MySQL, the username, the server name, the username, the password, and the database name. So I'm checking if this connection, if this server name, username, password, and database is aligning to the database that I have. So if there's no connection to it, it's going to display a connect failed error. So that's basically what my connection.php does. So I'm going to include all of this connection.php form in my other files. So I'm going to move now to my insert.php form. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I want to be able to connect to the database. I want to be able to connect to the database. So I'm going to use I want to be able to connect to the database. I'm going to use this code. First, remember that we created question colon in our table called quiz. We created answer 1, we created answer 2, we had answer 3, answer 4, and the correct answer. So I'm going to relate it. I did $question is equals to $post corresponding to the column that we had in the database. So the first from line 2 to line 7 relates to that, to the database. So I'm including my connection.php form because it's the main connection to my database using the $con that I had. So on line 10, my SQL, since I have connected to the database, I want to be able now to insert into the table quiz for every column that I had. Question 1, I could be able to insert question 1, question 2, answer 1, answer 2, answer 3, answer 4, and the question and the correct answer as well. So in my connection, where I'm open connection dot insert dot HTML form. Insert.html. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the insert.html form is a form that I created. Related to the insert.php is insert.php helps us to insert values. So I included the connection dot PHP in the insert.php so that I'll be able to connect to this form. As we can see, the action form is insert.php. On line 14 is insert.php, and my method is post. Then I set an ID to be quiz. So I've given the action insert.php in the sense that it's going to insert in every column of the quiz table. Answer 1, answer 2, answer 3, answer 4, correct answer, and the question for every input that I have here. So that's basically what I did for this form. So I'm going to show you the front end of this form. Brian, please open the front end of this form that we created. So I added some styling in my style.css. Yes, okay. So let's go with question that what is my name? Just type it fast. What is my name? So this is the form insert.html. What is my name? Say A. Just type anything. What is my name? Okay. So the correct answer is going to be Sarah, I guess. Yes. Let's put Sarah as the correct answer. So I'm going to submit it. So as you can see, the action form is in insert.php, and insert.php forms gives a command that it should go in every column. It should go in every column of the quiz table and insert those values that it has inputted. So we check after he has refreshed the database. We have on the last line, we have Sarah, Christian, we have Brian, C, the Leonie, then Z, and another name. Then the correct answer, we have Sarah. So that is basically what we did. So I'm going to end here, and my teammate is going to continue to explain the other parts. Then we're going to show you the finished product at the end of it all. Brian, you can take over from here.
Sorry, sir, my camera is setting. My name is Fome Brian from the School of Information Technology, Department of Software Engineering. I'm going to present on the quiz.php. This quiz.php, in this part, it is in this part of the code, it is actually displaying the form where you are going to choose your answer, is going to submit it and showing result. Okay, starting from here, from the line 4, I'm actually referring it to a style sheet, a CSS array, where the code is going, where the front end of the code is going to be styled. Yeah. And here, and okay, I start directly from the form. The form, the action is withdraw.php, meaning that really when you are done with the form, you actually submit it to result.php where it is going to calculate the mark that you're going to have from your form. The method is post, the name is MC question, and the ID is MC question. Okay. Y row equals to result is going to fetch the data. My answer equals to 0 because I'm from my form, from this form. I had a problem using while creating this form, but this quiz.php form, because I was supposed to echo, okay, to submit my answer, to submit the answer of the question. But when I'm supposed to echo my questions from my database to the front end, and after I'm supposed to submit my answer to my result. But with the name, since I cannot have the same a name, I'm supposed to echo every question. But when I echo every question, I'm supposed to have the same name everywhere, meaning that it is going to send the name to my result.php, the same name to my result.php. It means that I'm going to choose only one answer from all those questions, and it is going to send me only one answer. That's what I actually said, that my answer is going to be 0, and for every iteration inside my while loop, my answer is going to increase by 1. That's meaning that it is meaning that my first name, my name will be 1 for the first iteration. For the first question, my name will be 1. The second name will be 2. But okay, the second name for the second question will be 2 until we reach the 10th question, which is going to be 10. After that, it is going to be to submit it in the result, this result. And from this result, I actually set a variable b equals to 0, so that for a equals to 1, a is less than 10, and increment a, it is going to accept 1. Since a is going to be 1, it's going to accept 1. For every iteration, a is going to increase, meaning that is going to accept from 1 to 10, going to accept every question that I sent for my quiz.php, because their name is from 1 to 10, from question 1 to question 10, from what I
Okay.
sent correctly.
Yeah.
And asset is a function to check, to verify if asset is a function used to verify if a function that I sent asset is used to check whether a variable is set, which means that it has to be declared and it is null. It is going to check if I have actually sent a variable, if I actually sent something from the name that I put inside the post. It is going to check for the errors inside my code. Okay.
Yes, Brian. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And
So okay. So so just
and inside the
so
quiz,
looking at
inside the quiz of the quiz, there is a timer
yes.
in
Yeah.
my script, JavaScript,
Mm-hmm.
where I declare div and submit as a variable, get element by ID display and submit, which is up here as ID display ID submit with color, with red color, FF0000. Okay. Here inside I have created a function countdown, which I'm going to use as my countdown for my code, the duration, the number of seconds I put it, and the display is there. Inside I've created the timer, the minute, and the second, and I'll create another function interval, which is set interval. Set interval means that it's going to display the function, repeat the function every 1 second. At the end, I'll put 1000. It's supposed to be every millisecond, I think. Yeah, every millisecond it will
Yes.
display. I'll put 1000 to put it so that it should display every second. Go to evaluate this function. Minute pass integer. Here in minute equals to pass integer. The minute are in numbers of current total seconds divided by 60 seconds, and in second as modules of 60 in the current time. Okay. Now I'm going to
Okay.
show the front end.
Brian, let me add something before you go.
Yeah.
Brian, okay. Go to the quiz result.php. Thank you very much. Go to result.php. Okay, so just to add a little on line 9, we use the run function because you asked us to display random questions. So the run function, we researched on it and we found that the run function is used to display questions randomly. And also on line 27 to line 29, for an HTML code to run on a PHP file, you have to use single braces and add a semicolon for it to run. So that's what we did there. Okay, continue, Brian.
Okay. Now I'm going to show you the front end of it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the front end. This is the timer. I set the timer to 60 seconds because to show how it's automatically submitted. So, does Q have a new president? Yes, recently.
What is
2 is 2 true. Yes,
the
and
color of the sky?
it's true. Color of the sky,
The color of the
blue.
sky,
The memory of
blue.
machine 1
Memory of your machine.
formula of sulfate,
Formula of sulfate.
SO minus
S4 minus. What is 4 plus 8?
12. greeting,
So
hello.
try to waste time a bit so that the timer elapses so that it's going to submit by itself, let's say.
Yeah. Which
Don't submit it. Just wait for the reason.
which name?
Uh,
Which is the name button?
the
Oh,
bottle water in
going to give
Cameroon.
you three questions. Answer.
Don't submit it, Brian.
Yeah, submit it automatically. Okay. The answer. I got
Okay.
I got 6 on 10.
Yes. So because the timer elapsed, the time has elapsed, that's why I submitted, right?
So yeah, submit it automatically.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, sir. Now we are done with our
Okay,
presentation.
so thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Brian.
Okay.